My mother-in-law insisted on planning my wedding because I had no taste, so I let her, and then showed up in the dress she called absolutely hideous. Cordelia had opinions about everything I did wrong. My apartment was too small, my job teaching kindergarten was beneath her son, and my engagement ring was embarrassingly modest. When Ezra proposed, she immediately took over. "Don't worry, dear," she said, not looking up from her phone. "I'll handle everything. You clearly don't understand what's appropriate for our family. Our family." Like I was already failing some test I didn't know I was taking. For 6 months, she planned what she called the wedding of the century. She booked the country club where she was treasurer, hired the florist who did her garden parties, and selected a menu I'd never tasted. When I suggested adding my grandmother's vintage cake recipe, she laughed. "Ezra's father is bringing clients. We can't serve amateur baking." The dress shopping was the final humiliation. She dragged me to an exclusive boutique, where everything cost more than my monthly salary. I fell in love with a simple ivory gown with delicate lace sleeves. "Absolutely hideous," Cordelia announced. "You look like an Amish farmhand." Instead, she chose a massive ball gown with crystal beading that made me look like a rejected Disney princess. The price tag was $8,000. "Much better," she said, admiring her reflection behind me in the mirror. "This says, worthy of a blackthorn." That night, I called my sister. "Let her have the wedding," Daphne said, "but make sure you have something that's actually yours." The next day, I returned to the boutique alone. The sales associate, Vivian, remembered me. "The simple dress?" she asked. "Still available. Marked down to $400. I bought it with my teaching stipend and hid it in Daphne's closet. Wedding morning arrived with 17 texts from Cordelia about timeline adherence. She appeared at my apartment at 6 a.m. with a team of stylists who transformed me into her vision of acceptable. "Where's the dress?" she demanded. "Being pressed at the venue," I lied, smoothly. At the church, I excused myself to the bathroom. Daphne was waiting with my real dress and makeup remover. In 10 minutes, I went from Cordelia's creation to myself. When I walked down the aisle, the gasps were audible. Cordelia's face went through 17 emotions before settling on pure rage. But Ezra's expression stopped me cold. He wasn't looking at me with love or admiration. He was looking at me with the same disapproving frown as his mother. After the ceremony, he cornered me in the vestibule. "What were you thinking?" he hissed. "Mother spent hours planning your look." "I wore what I loved," I said. "This isn't about what you love. This is about representing our family properly. Our family. Again. I am your family now," I said quietly. He shook his head. "You clearly don't understand what that means." The reception was tense. Cordelia made pointed comments about people who can't follow simple instructions. Ezra barely spoke to me during our first dance, but the photographer, Knox, pulled me aside after dinner. "I've shot 40 weddings," he said. "Never seen a bride switch dresses. Mind if I ask why?" Something in his tone made me tell him everything. About Cordelia's control, about Ezra's reaction, about feeling like an outsider at my own wedding. He nodded thoughtfully. "I might have something that interests you." 3 days later, Knox called. What he showed me changed everything I thought I knew about the man I just married. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.